In Hollywood, few names shine as brightly as Tom Cruise. For over 4 decades, he has been one of the biggest movie stars on the planet, known for his daring stunts, blockbuster hits, and dedication to his craft. But recently, Cruise has been in the spotlight for a very different reason. Not for a movie, not for a stunt, but for turning down one of the most prestigious awards in American entertainment, the Kennedy Center Honors Lifetime Achievement Award. Why would Tom Cruise, a man who has collected countless trophies, say no to such a big recognition? Well, the answer reveals a fascinating mix of politics, personal choices, and Cruise's unique way of navigating fame. First, let's step back for a moment. The Kennedy Center Honors are a huge deal in the entertainment industry. Every year, artists who have made an unforgettable mark in music, film, theater, or culture are celebrated in Washington, D.C. Past honorees include legends like Steven Spielberg, Oprah Winfrey, Paul McCartney, Meryl Streep, and many others. It's considered a lifetime achievement, something that cements a celebrity's place in history. So naturally, when Tom Cruise's name came up, fans assumed he would gladly accept. After all, this is an actor who has dedicated his entire life to entertaining millions around the world, and who is still breaking records at the box office even in his 60s. But this year's Kennedy Center Honors weren't business as usual. They carried a heavy dose of politics. According to reports, former President Donald Trump had a major hand in selecting the recipients. After returning to office, Trump seized control of the Kennedy Center's board, even appointing himself as chairman, along with several new members. He publicly admitted he was 98% involved in picking the honorees, and he made it clear that he rejected several potential candidates for being what he called too woke. Trump has long criticized Hollywood and especially the Academy Awards, blaming their falling ratings on politics and what he calls woke culture. During the ceremony, he even joked that maybe next year the Kennedy Center should honor him. For Trump's supporters, his direct involvement was refreshing. For critics, it was another example of politics creeping into the arts. But for Tom Cruise, it seems to have been a situation he preferred to avoid altogether. Officially, Cruise's camp said he declined the honor because of scheduling conflicts. At first glance, that seems reasonable. After all, Cruise is constantly filming high-octane movies that take months, sometimes years, to complete. But many believe there's more to the story. You see, Cruise has always been careful about politics. Unlike many actors who use award stages to make political statements, Cruise tends to stay neutral. He prefers to highlight his support for the U.S. military and veterans, or to speak about his own personal beliefs through Scientology. Accepting an award that was handpicked by Donald Trump, a highly polarizing figure, could have dragged Cruise into a political storm. He didn't want to be part of so instead of saying yes and risking headlines about his political stance, Cruise simply said no. Interestingly, Trump didn't seem too bothered by Cruise's absence. Instead, he went on to shower praise on the other honorees. He called Sylvester Stallone one of the greatest actors of his generation, reminding the audience of Stallone's iconic roles in Rocky and Rambo. He celebrated Gloria Gaynor as a disco queen whose song "I Will Survive" continues to inspire generations. He praised Michael Crawford for his legendary role in The Phantom of the Opera. For Trump, the event became less about who wasn't there and more about celebrating those who were. Still, the absence of Tom Cruise didn't go unnoticed by the press, and it quickly became one of the most talked about stories from the evening. And let's be clear, Cruise doesn't need another award to prove his success. Over the years, he's won Golden Globes, received the Producers Guild's Lifetime Achievement Award, and has been nominated for 4 Oscars. Later this year, he'll even be receiving an honorary Oscar at the Governor's Awards, something fans have long felt he deserves. Even at 63 years old, Cruise is still performing his own death-defying stunts, flying jets in Top Gun, Maverick, and hanging off cliffs. In Mission Impossible, his passion for filmmaking is unmatched, and it's one of the reasons he remains one of the last true megastars in Hollywood. Of course, while Cruise may avoid politics, his personal life often makes headlines. Lately, rumors have been swirling about his romance with actress Ana de Armas. The two have been spotted together multiple times, attending an Oasis concert, enjoying a Spanish getaway, and even holding hands during a Vermont holiday. Insiders claim the relationship is serious. Cruise is known for being meticulous about his personal life, often requiring those around him to sign NDAs. For him, marriage would be a huge step, but according to reports, Ana feels confident she can make him happier than his past partners, and she isn't intimidated by his history. Friends say the couple could be making things official sooner than people expect. So what does all this mean? On the surface, Tom Cruise declined an award because of scheduling conflicts, but underneath, it shows us something bigger. Cruise is very strategic about his public image. He avoids politics, he keeps his focus on his work, and he carefully manages how much of his personal life the world gets to see. And while Donald Trump may have wanted Cruz at the Kennedy Center, Cruz made it clear that he doesn't need political approval to cement his legacy. His career, his awards, and his loyal fan base speak for themselves. In the end, whether it's daring stunts, box office records, or surprising headlines, Tom Cruise continues to prove that he's playing his own game and doing it better than almost anyone else.